If you'd like to sponsor a TSP television broadcast, we've got a Patreon page for that. Sponsorships start at just $1 a month. Visit patreon.com/TSP television and make a pledge for premier Twin Cities sports coverage.
Hello everyone, this is Jessica January alongside Don Ackerman. Today we are at Griffin Stadium for a high school football conference matchup between the St. Paul Central Minutemen and the Fridley Tigers. The Minutemen and the Tigers entered today's contest even, both with an overall record of 3-1 and are tied for second place in conference play. St. Paul Central's senior quarterback, Trenton Futchis, was named Offensive Player of the Game earlier this season against Johnson, where he threw 2 touchdown passes with 178 yards passing. On the other side, Fridley's junior quarterback, Kaleb Blaha, threw 3 touchdown passes with 218 yards passing in a thrilling comeback against St. Croix last Friday. Now, Don, it's no wonder that these teams have seen success early this season when both quarterbacks are playing at such a high level.
Yeah, I agree with you there. The great quarterback play can lead to great success. I think we saw in our last game that we did together, the quarterback play wasn't stellar on one side and it was stellar on the other, and it led to a blowout win. So let's see how these two teams do today.
Now, the Fridley Tigers won the Section 4A title last season, defeating De La Salle and advancing to the state quarterfinals. How can that experience from last season carry over into this season's team?
Oh, you just got the hunger there, right? You get a taste of some playoff, and you want some more. You want to keep going back. Everybody's expecting you to go back, so there's a little bit of pressure there. So as long as you can get past that, you can enjoy the success and the spoils of getting to the state tournament, which is where you want to be.
All right, we are up for a great match in a couple minutes. This is high school football.
He is so loud.
First, we will welcome our visitors who have chosen not to be introduced individually, the Fridley Tigers. And now the starters for your St. Paul Central Minutemen.
Welcome, everyone. If you are just tuning in, this is Jessica January with Don Ackerman. We're at Griffin Stadium for a high school football conference matchup where the St. Paul Central Minutemen are taking on the Fridley Tigers.
Number 55, Joseph Edwards.
Right now, we're doing the introductions for the St. Paul Central Minutemen.
Number 60,
and we'll be underway here shortly.
At tackle, number 75, Jalen Thomas.
It's almost hard to hear ourselves think with these loudspeakers booming over our heads.
At tackle, number 52.
We do have a 1 p.m. start today. It is a homecoming game for the St. Paul Central.
Number 2.
And we talked about this a little earlier. It is, I guess, nice weather for a football game. Jacket weather. Definitely not for short sleeves and shorts, but pretty good nonetheless.
Yeah, right. It's not a pretty sunny day or anything like we saw last game that we did together, but this is definitely what you think about when you think about football weather. You got your blankets. You got the student band is here ready to go. Nice little chilly nip in the air.
Number 1,
coaches are still in shorts. Some of the coaches are in shorts, so they're ready to run. I think this is great weather to keep you comfortable. So
number 30.
Hopefully the comfort level will mean no cramping and things like that, and the players have a good time, and we get to see some exciting football.
So on Tuesday, I called a game with Mike, a volleyball game in Stillwater, and they also had their homecoming game. And we talked about kind of some of our favorite homecoming activities when we were growing up and when we were in high school. So do you have any favorite memories of homecoming that you can think about right now?
Officials for today's
I'm
game,
putting you on the
referee
spot.
Pete Defo,
Yeah,
headlines with
I
Jeff
wasn't ready
Spicer,
for that.
Line judge Tony Anderson.
No, not
umpire
not
Ron
really. I
Linder,
just
and back judge
like
Steve
the idea of
Small.
homecoming.
Let's
I
give
know
our
it's usually
officials a
after
round
like
of
a long
applause.
road trip type of thing, and you welcome the team back from coming home. That's not really what it means anymore today, but I just think the parades, usually in the floats and stuff like that, and all the fun activities that happen during that week of school are always a ton of fun.
Right.
In college, you get, there's much more of like the parade and and that kind of thing that goes on. I know that we had like a little parade in my college, and my daughter's college had a bigger parade. How about you? What's your favorite homecoming memory?
Yeah, so actually at DePaul, we didn't have a football team, so we didn't necessarily have that same type of homecoming, but me and Mike talked about the week leading up to it and how each day we had a different sort of dress-up day.
Yes.
And so I kind of talked about, I really like Pajama Day,
Yes.
and Mike was talking about Twin Day, and so just those sort of kind of fun festivities that led up to the football game.
Yeah, I
were
think I
always
remember
really
a
fun.
mismatch day where people
Yep.
wore mismatched stuff, or wear your inside-out day where you wear your shorts on the outside of your pants.
Exactly.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, a good way to get all of the students together and just on the same page with one, really fun activity. So it's always a lot of fun.
Here we go.
So here the Fridley Tigers will kick it off. And it is caught here by St. Paul Central, who's running up the middle. He's almost at the 50-yard line. And he is taken down.
A 27-yard return for the Minutemen makes it
That was
first
a
down and 10 for
27-yard
Central. Ball
return for the
spotted
Minutemen.
on their own 48-yard line.
Not really a deep kick, though, and kind of a low kick, too. It was kind of interesting to see. I saw that one of the kickers warming up, and he was kicking like that, and I was kind of wondering, don't you want to boom it?
Exactly.
But let's see if he can.
Yeah, and that was number 84, Jeffrey Marvica. Doesn't look like that was the start that they wanted, but the Minutemen will get it close to the 50 to start it. Some good time in the pocket there by number 7.
Nobody opened down the
Punches on
field,
the
so he
carry
decides
for
to
the
take it
Minutemen, gain of
himself.
4 on the play. It'll be second down and 6.
That was Kaleb Blaha on the carry.
So one thing I can't help but notice is that this being a day game, we'll have to make sure we avoid saying this tonight stuff. But the first cheer for the cheerleaders talks about win tonight. So these day games throw people off.
So the Minutemen, second, 6 to go. Nice catch there, but it's taken down immediately.
Yeah, a little bit of a lob. Gave the defender time to get right under him. He was open, though. Nice completion, like you said.
It'll be third down and 8.
That was
Third and long. Sorry.
That's okay. Third down, 8 to go. The Minutemen lost 2 yards there, but still 8 yards to go. Blaha again will throw
Intercepted.
it there. And it is intercepted.
Punches, passes, intercepted by Cohenhoven of the
That was
Tigers.
intercepted by
A
number
3-yard
14,
return after the interception.
Cohenhoven.
It'll be first down and 10 for the Tigers.
And the
Ball
Tigers will
on
have a
their own
first down.
43.
So it's taking advantage of that great starting field position. They end up turning the ball over. Looked like everyone was covered pretty well by the Fridley defense, and the quarterback basically just threw it right to the Tiger.
Yeah, not a great start there. They were still on the third down, only had 8 to go, but nonetheless, the Tigers will take it. That's Fridley on the carry. And it's taken down immediately.
Men ready for that one.
For the Tigers, gain of a yard. Tackle credited to Tao of the Minutemen. Second down and 9.
Man, that speaker system's impressive.
I know, and it's right behind us. It's really hard to hear. So Fridley will be here, second down, 9 to go. He'll be on the 44-yard line. Punches will carry it himself as he goes up through the middle. And he stopped short of the 45-yard line.
Tried to strip it, but no success on that strip, and he took a pretty good hit to the ground.
Tackle credited to Tao of the Minutemen. 3rd down and 8.
I think in the NFL that would definitely be a penalty. They did not treat that quarterback very kindly.
For sure.
Well, we know Fridley can score some points, so maybe they just need to get themselves into traction here.
3rd down, 8 to go. Funches will take it himself again, right up the middle. He's taken down about the 50-yard line.
Quarterback keeper all the way. That really didn't look like it had a chance to succeed, so I'm not really sure why they did that.
Gain
But
of 5 on the play. Tackle credited.
Are they going to go
Yang
for
of
it,
the
or
Minutemen.
quarterback's
It'll be
coming to the
4th down
side?
and 3.
Looks like they're going to go for it. So the intent of that play was really just to get some of those yards because they knew they were going to go for it on 4th.
And that was a 5-yard gain. Like you said, 4th down, 3 to go. And they will go for it. And Funches will kick it off.
Okay.
And we thought they were going to go for it, but
I thought they did it too.
Blaha with the punt down to the 20-yard line. No return. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Minutemen.
So that's the second game in a row where we've seen the quarterback line up on 4th down and then punt it.
Initiative. Players are wearing pink socks to show their dedication.
so St. Paul Central will have their first down at the 20-yard line and look to redeem themselves from that early interception.
Yeah, we talked about quarterbacking play early, and so far we haven't seen a whole lot of quarterback action, really. A couple runs, but not a lot of throwing, not a lot of successful throwing.
And I guess I didn't notice the pink socks that they were wearing earlier, but they are really bright.
Yes, it's Tackle Cancer, and then they're raising funds for that. I think typically, like in the NFL, we see the pink will start coming out in October. Major League Baseball does it around Mother's Day, and so I think it's really exciting to see that addition of color, and you see a lot of money and a lot of energy going toward good causes. And cancer, pretty much everybody is affected by cancer, so it's great to see funds and energy going toward that. I appreciate it, and I love the socks.
I know for the basketball season, you usually start seeing it for women's basketball anyway around February. And I remember we got pink jerseys, pink shoes, everything pink. So obviously a great cause there. St. Paul Central on the carry as he continues to go on the outside.
Good run. He went left and right. He just basically kept working his way down the field, picking up a great and picked up a first down.
Haugen on the carry for a 26-yard gain.
If you want to help tackle cancer, don't forget we have donation boxes near the front entrance of the stadium. Go on down, visit them for more information on how you can help tackle cancer.
And with the pink, it's interesting. Some teams don't look good with pink, but I think the pink goes really nice with the black and red as the Minutemen.
Yeah, that's a great point. A fake handoff there, and St. Paul will go right up the middle.
Haugen on the carry.
That was Haugen again on the carry with a gain of 8 yards.
Of the Tigers, 2nd down and 2.
He's busting down the field. Just with a slow, methodical power that gets good results. Nice running.
And that's their 2nd down, 2 yards to go. They're at the 45-yard line.
Oh.
And there's a whistle on the field.
Timeout.
Fridley coach called a timeout. He saw
Timeout
something he
of the
didn't
half.
like. I almost wonder if a 2nd and down kind of is scary because second down and 2 means I got 3rd and 2 if I don't succeed. So I might want to go down the field, and I didn't feel like my team was ready for that. I need to call timeout. I didn't like something I saw. I'm going to fix that right now.
And the last 2 carries by Haugen have been very successful. I mean, he gained 26 yards the first one, 8 yards the second one. So looks like St. Paul Central is kind of getting back on track, and coach needs to see Fridley make sure that they make a stop here.
Yes, that's a great idea. Don't give up something big. You see some close games with these teams, and they know that every touchdown matters, and they're not going to let it get out of hand. I like to see that. Get control of the game.
Looks like the stadium's starting to fill up a little bit more. I think when we first got here, there weren't that many fans on the Central side, but some more walking in to support this team for a homecoming game. It's
Yes,
good to see.
yes, the band is repping over there big time. Fridley's brought some fans too, so they made the trip down to St. Paul to come see their Tigers fight.
So the Minutemen are on second down, 2 to go on the 45-yard line. Funches will step back and carries it himself, and he's stripped. Fridley with another defensive play.
With the fumble for the Minutemen, recovered by the Tigers. It'll be first down and 10.
Cats are hungry.
Fridley.
Cats are hungry.
49-yard line.
That was a great play by defense. What I saw defensively was the quarterback was looking down the field, trying to figure out how he can get the first down. And the Tigers said, I don't really care about the first down. I'll just take the ball. You can't go anywhere without that. Strips it loose, and now they get even better field position than last time.
Fridley on the first down with 10 to go on the 40-yard line. Back to Blaha. We'll have to throw it out of bounds there. Great pressure by St. Paul Central.
Number 64 was wide open on the sideline, made a great catch. But of course, he wasn't in the play. There was nothing happening there. They keep faking that sweep left, and I'm kind of wondering if they're going to run that. On that play, though, Central was ready for it, so there really wasn't anything they could do except throw the ball away and let's play second down.
Still a smart play nonetheless by Blaha.
Much better than forcing it.
Absolutely. Risking an interception. So Fridley will still be on the same yard line. Second down with 10 to go. They'll throw it to the outside.
Little low, touch the ground. If they could have snapped that ball sooner, Central did jump off sides, but he was able. The player on the end was able to reset.
Is complete to Fisher.
So Blaha's pass was complete to Fisher, but a loss of 1 yard on the play, making it third down with 11 to go. So Fridley's 2 defensive possessions have been good with an interception and a strip, but they haven't been able to translate that over to the offensive side yet, as that pass was incomplete.
Off the hands of the receiver, but really had he caught that, it still would not have been a first down. I kind of don't like getting those underneaths. He was in double coverage there, so even if he catches that ball, he's going to go out of bounds, going to be a little short of a down. Maybe they were thinking of a fourth down play too, but I kind of would like you to throw it to your receiver when he gets past the line marker so that you can get a first down when he catches it. Now they're going to be forced to punt.
And that pass initially was intended for Severson, who will now
go. Good bounce for the Tigers.
That was a much better kick there for Fridley.
Mark Vigga's punt rolls down to the 1 yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for the Minutemen.
Down to the 1. So that really puts the defense in a great position again, and it puts the Minutemen basically up against the wall. They've got 1 yard. They're going to have to make sure that they do not turn it over here.
And as we've seen, like I just talked about, their first 2 defensive possessions, they were great. So if they can make one stop here where they're close to the end zone, this could be really dangerous.
Yeah, the field keeps tilting to the wrong side for the Minutemen. They need to get out of this. They really got starting position was really great on the opening drive because of that kick return, and now they're basically stuck.
Number 7, Funches, also not off to a great start. So let's see if he can turn this around. As he will carry it himself, gets to the center field, but is taken down at about the 10-yard line.
That's enough for a first down, though.
The quarterback keeper for the Minutemen, a 15-yard gain.
A 15-yard gain there for the Funches, and it'll be first down and 10.
That'll give them room. That'll give them room to set up their plays now. They won't have to worry about the end zone being right behind them.
Funches will hand it off. It is carried throughout the middle, and he's taken down.
Looks like he picked up about half. Gain of 4.
West on the carry for the Minutemen. Gain of 5 on the play. Tackle credited to
Gain
Phillips
of 5 on the play. That'll make it second
5.
down with 5 to go on the 20-yard line. So the Minutemen here making their way slowly but surely. We're being a little bit more decisive with the decisions that they're making. Funches hands it off again, and they attempt to go through the middle, but stopped pretty decisively.
So, well, right now the Tigers cheerleaders are saying sack that quarterback, and really the quarterback really is not giving them a chance. They're running plays here. They are not doing any passing plays, so there's no sacking.
Haugen on the carry for the Minutemen, gain of 2.
That was Haugen
on
again on the carry
down
with a
and
gain
3.
of 2. That'll be 3rd down with 3 to go on the 22nd yard line.
Oh!
An incomplete pass there by Funches to the outside.
If he catches that, he does get the first down.
Is incomplete.
I like that play.
4th down and 3 for the Minutemen.
He was wide open. He had room to move too. He had a blocker in front of him, and really no one else in front of him except one Tiger.
So 4th down with 3 to go. And they are not going to go for it this time.
Nope. No wind really to kick into. There's a little bit of a breeze, but nothing too intense. But it does go up and down. I can feel it getting heavier and lighter as we go. Wow.
So the Minutemen will kick it off, and that's way short.
Now, wait, did the Tiger touch it? If one of the Tigers touched it, that would be a live ball. But I think they're gonna call it dead.
So it looked like a way short kick there for the Minutemen. They apparently picked it up again.
The only way that works is if one of the Tigers touches it, because then the Minutemen can get that ball. But if the Minutemen touch it first, it's down right where he touched it, and that's what they ruled.
The ruling on the field is that Fridley has recovered the punt. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Tigers.
The ruling is that Fridley recovered the punt,
line.
so they will get the ball at the 35-yard line.
And so far, the back and forth punting game has really worked to the Tigers' advantage because there's just not a lot of deep punting going on.
Both teams yet to score so far in this game. About 5:50 left in the first quarter. Blaha will get to the outside, and they will be taken down at about the 30-yard line. 20-yard line.
Blaha's pass.
That was a nice
Fisher
completion.
Is complete, a 14-yard gain.
Now maybe we'll start seeing some
It'll be
completions,
1st down and 10 for the Tigers.
start seeing some balanced football go on right now. Neither team's really had a lot of success so far early.
A 14-yard game will get them 1st down, 10 to go on the 22nd-yard line.
High snap. Does the smart thing and just lands on it. Good job.
Blaha recovers the botched snap. Loss of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 14.
A loss of 4 there on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 14. And like you said, Fridley, it seems like they've had these opportunities to maybe take advantage and get a touchdown here, but neither team looking like they're really on their game today.
No, and it is a little chilly, but it's not that cold that you can't be out here performing. Maybe they just need something. I don't really know what's going on. It's just really strange.
Blaha will hand it off. They'll get down the middle, but stopped short of the 20-yard line.
And I have a feeling that was the play we were going to see last down had that snap not been high.
Mitchell Curry on the carry for the Tigers. Gain of 5 on the play.
It's a gain of 5 on the play.
Tackle credited to Tal of the Minutemen.
It's 3rd and
down.
long.
11 to go.
12.
12 to go.
3rd and long. So we definitely need to. We're going to see a pass here if they want, unless they're going for 2-down territory and try to do 3rd and 4th. I don't know much about the kicking game for Fridley, but I guess we'll find out.
And they'll go down the
21's wide
side,
open.
but it's dropped by Fridley.
21 was wide open. Got his hands on it too. Even had a foot in bounds.
Pass to
That was
Fisher
an incomplete pass
4th down
to
and 12
Fisher.
for the Tigers.
And that will make it a 4th down with 12 to go for the Tigers.
I think the receiver was worried about getting in bounds, but he was in bounds. He just needs to catch that.
Yeah, really good patience by Blaha to take his time. And like you said, I mean, it was a perfect pass right to him. Hit him in the hands. Just couldn't complete it.
Yeah, that's frustrating. Okay, quarterback called something.
Blaha's going to throw it long, and they're going to go for it. And it's caught! And a touchdown for the Fridley Tigers.
The Minutemen look totally unprepared for that.
To Severson is complete, a 24-yard touchdown throw for the Tigers.
A 24-yard touchdown there by Blaha, and that was caught by Severson. Put them on the board.
I saw the Fridley coach yell something, and he must have seen that. Somehow they just left the wide receiver wide open. There were two Minutemen down there. And he was right behind him. That was a beautiful pass. Great catch. Nice looking touchdown.
And kudos to Fridley for even going for that. I mean, usually on the 4th down, I mean, I guess you don't have much other choice but to go for it. And they were successful at that attempt.
Taking advantage of that short field.
And the extra point will be good. That was number 14, Micah Cohenhoven.
Cohenhoven's point after a try is good. New score here at James Griffin Stadium. Fridley,
and the Fridley Tigers
Central
are on the board with 7 points, and St. Paul Central still has yet to score.
St. Paul typically this year has been scoring in the 20s and 30s, so this is kind of their pace, I think. I'm looking to see them get some momentum here, because so far they really haven't been able to get much going.
Okay, the Fridley Tigers will kick it off again. This will be number 84, Jeffrey Markvicka. And another
They were going for the onside.
not so good kick.
They were going for the onside kick there. They're going to try to have it go 10 yards and recover it, because on a kickoff, it's a live ball. So they were trying for the onside kick, which is pretty brutal, because it's pretty early to be doing that.
47-yard line.
Man, we are seeing a lot of action around the midfield right now.
St. Paul Central will be on the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. And they'll be looking for any sort of momentum offensively. I'll be fake handed off and carried down the middle and down at the 40-yard line.
There we go. Now they're the deepest down the field they've been.
Haugen with the carry for the Minutemen, a gain of 12 on the play. Tackle credited to Newald of the Tigers. 1st down, Central.
I think that fake sweep worked. It threw the Tigers off.
That was Haugen on the play with a gain of 12. St. Paul Central will be 1st down again with 10 to go on the 41st-yard line. And another carry was taken down brutally there.
He was tripped up quickly. Sometimes that's what happens with those speedsters.
Gain of 3 on the play for the Minutemen. 2nd down and 7.
They're fast, but you can clip them and knock them down pretty quickly. But now we've got a little bit of momentum going here.
2nd down with 7. That was a gain of 3 in the previous possession. Funches hands it off again, and it is carried down the middle.
It's in a little chippy.
That was Haugen again on the carry.
Haugen on the carry for the Minutemen. Gain of 4 on the play. Tackle credited to Clark. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
Players are fired up. There was a little bit of a scrap starting there, but I'm glad it de-escalated very quickly.
3rd down, 6 to go. The Minutemen still yet to get on the board, but it looks like they're making some progress finally.
Number 2 is wide with lots of room. I'm wondering if they're going to look at going to him. Nope.
Funches will hand it off again. And a nice carry by the Minutemen.
Well, we got a flag
Flag
on
on the
the
play.
More than likely, that's going to be a holding, and that's going to bring the Minutemen back.
There you go. Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty, replay, 3rd down.
And like you said, the call was holding on the offense with a 10-yard penalty there.
Well, you know, I think a 10-yard penalty is a really big deal because we haven't seen any passing by the Minutemen yet. So to get 10 yards on a run is going to be pretty tough. This kind of forces them into throwing it.
3rd down, 15 to go on the 46-yard line. About a minute 25 left in this quarter. Funches will step back, and he launches it out of bounds.
Well, and if that was intended for number 2,
Funches
all he did was
Davis
turn
is
around and watch it
incomplete.
go
4th down
into a
Minutemen.
Tiger coach's arms. He really didn't even make a try for it. So he didn't think that had any chance of being completed. And he's walking real slowly back to the huddle, number 2 is.
So the Minutemen now are at 4th down, 15 to go. And it looks like they will kick it off again.
Interesting, their quarterback is staying in to block.
And they will kick it. And a fair catch there by Fridley.
Cohenhoven on the recovery or the return for the Tigers. It'll be 1st down and 10. Ball is spotted on the 24-yard line.
So with about a minute left, Fridley will get the ball near the 20-yard line. And we'll see what they do within this next minute. Blaha will hand it off, and Fridley will carry it. He's getting to the outside, and he's still going. And he's taken down at about the 35-yard line.
Nice run, was able to pick up enough yards to get the 1st down.
Fisher on the carry for the Tigers, gain of 14 on the play. Tackle credited to multiple Minutemen, 1st down and 10.
That was Fisher on the carry for Fridley with a 14-yard gain. And they'll get another 1st down. Cheerleaders pretty enthusiastic.
Yeah, hey, Fridley, let's go. I hear one of them yell.
Fridley again on the carry. And a nice juke there by Fisher as he gets to the outside.
Yeah, the Minutemen had that all figured out. I think you're going to have to mix up your play calling here.
Cohenhoven on
Otherwise,
the
they're
carry
going to be
for the
keying
Tigers.
on everything.
Gain of 7 on the play.
It's a nice gain,
It'll
though.
be 2nd down and a long 3.
That juke play really did make a big difference there. I didn't think he was going to get too many yards.
Second down, 3 to go. Clock still winding down for Fridley. He's on the 43rd-yard line. And a complete pass there.
Gets the 1st down into, well, not quite in the quarter yet. Real close.
Blaha's pass to Severson is complete. Gain of 5 on the play. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
A really nice pass there to Severson, who catches it for a 1st down.
They're going to run the clock, and that'll be the end of the quarter.
And at the end of the
And that's the end
quarter,
of the 1st quarter here at James Griffin Stadium. Fridley Tigers 7, Central 0.
and at the end of the quarter, the Fridley Tigers have 7, and the St. Paul Central Minutemen have yet to score. And it looks like pretty much all of the momentum here is with Fridley. Obviously, they've scored a touchdown, but they're looking a little sharper offensively and especially defensively. They came out at the start of the game ready to play.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm looking to see some points, and so far we're
Fans,
not seeing a lot of
St. Paul
action.
Central is celebrating a Tackle Cancer initiative today. If you want to help tackle cancer, donations are being accepted in the tent near the Southwest concession stand and the entrance to the stadium. Stop down for more information.
So if you're motivated by these pink socks, to echo what the announcer above us very loudly said, find your favorite cancer organization, make sure you make a donation, and do us a favor and put in the comments that we inspired that when you're watching this on YouTube. Thank you very much.
All right, we're starting the second quarter. And Fridley will start off great here as he's running down the middle of the field. And that's Blaha on the carry, and he gets to the outside, and he'll make it.
He is really elusive. Until he was tackled, Blaha was hit two players. One was the referee,
Blaha
and
with the
second was his
55-yard
teammate.
carry
He got
for the
down the field
Tigers.
very quickly. That was a very nice run.
That was a
Tackled on the 1 yard line by
55-yard
west
carry.
of the Minutemen. It'll be first and goal from the 1 for the Tigers.
He was tackled at the 1 yard line,
Oh, so close.
and it will be first and goal for the Fridley Tigers. What a great way to start the second quarter.
Very nice way to start the second quarter.
Come on, Tigers! Punch it in, Tigers! Punch it in!
Oh,
And
okay, lost a couple yards there.
Come on, Tigers! You can do it!
Had trouble with the snap.
Blaha sacked on the play. Tackle credited to Mills of the Minutemen. Loss of 5, second down and 7.
yeah, like you said, a loss of 5 yards there. And what looked like a for sure touchdown turned into a mishandled hike there.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if that was maybe going to be a fake handoff or a keeper that didn't go right, or just got a little nervous. Now it makes it a little bit harder.
So now Fridley will be second down with 6 to go. But they're still very well in scoring range, pretty easy. Blaha hands it off, and it's run through the center.
Pile moved a little. Yes. You can see he got down to like the 5
Severson on
yard
the
line.
carry for the Tigers. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be third down and goal from the 4.
3 or 4, okay. Third and 4, let's see if they try the same play again.
And Blaha this time will take it himself as he tries to get to the outside. And I think he's just short again.
Yeah, I think he got
Of the
back
end
to where he
zone.
started.
Blaha on the carry for the Tigers. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be fourth down and a goal from the 1 yard line.
Yeah, like you said, he got right back to where he was initially.
Blaha, you can see Blaha's elusiveness there. He's really good at weaving through the line. So I could see why they made that maneuver. I don't really see any big fullback type player that they brought into the game to punch it in. So it looks like they're going to be a little sneaky about it. But 4th and 1, this is maybe the play they were going to run on first down.
And Blaha will again just try to take it himself, and it's good, a touchdown.
That's pretty hard to stop.
Blaha with the 1 yard quarterback sneak for the touchdown for the Tigers.
So Blaha got the big play on there and also gets to bring it in for the score. Good job by the offensive line, just getting that 1 yard. Just move forward 1 yard, easy touchdown.
And I'm sure, just like that last play, in the first one, that's probably what they were trying to do, but, you know, they wanted to give themselves a challenge.
The Minutemen did a good job fighting off.
They did. And the extra point is good.
Cohenhoven's point after try is good. New score here at James Griffin Stadium. Fridley 14, Central 0.
That was Cohenhoven with the kick, and now the Fridley Tigers lead 14-0 with about 9:25 left in this second quarter.
Cheerleaders are doing jumping jacks to celebrate the score.
Or they might be trying to stay warm.
I think they're doing 14.
Oh, are they? Oh.
Kind of like some of the mascots do push-ups. We got the cheerleaders doing jumping jacks to celebrate.
And that's got to help a ton when you're at an away game to have, some sort of cheering constantly and any sort of positive energy. So it's nice that they made it out to this game.
Yeah, and so far they're seeing good action by their Tigers. Like you said earlier, good defensive play. And offensively, they've been doing pretty well. Blaha has done a little bit better quarterbacking than his counterpart. And now the Minutemen need to start getting something going here.
And I'm not sure in the beginning of this game, I mean, maybe it is a testament to Fridley's defense, but I'm not sure if the Minutemen here just weren't really ready to play, weren't really on it themselves. I think a lot of the mistakes that they've made so far are kind of on their own merit. So
yeah, I agree with that. Smart play there.
And Fridley will receive their first down on the 30-yard line.
Recovery of the kick for the Minutemen. No return. It'll be first down and 10 for the Minutemen. Ball on the 31-yard line.
And there's a lot of fun things that I like about high school football. One, for example, is the person who recovered the kick on there was your quarterback. At other levels, the quarterback is not going to be anywhere near a kickoff team. But he was out there. He made the recovery, made the smart play, pounced on it. I love seeing the kicker for Fridley, where it's number 84. You don't see an 84 kicking the ball in college or in pro football much. So that's one of the things that I find very entertaining.
And the Minutemen will go for the throw right off the bat. An incomplete pass there, though.
Attempt to Davis is incomplete. Second down and 10.
I like a play like that, even though it wasn't successful, because now the defense knows that the Minuteman player got beyond him and the ball was a little long. I'd much rather have my quarterback throwing the ball long than short. So, hey, go get it. I'm going to throw it out there. You know how to run, right? Go get it. So I love this. I love to see that play, even though it wasn't successful.
And that pass was intended for Davis.
Man, number 2 is just not in a hurry to get going. Come on.
Second down. It's handed off again, and the carry for St. Paul Central is taken down short of the 40-yard line.
Gain of 8 on the play for the Minutemen. It'll be third down and 2.
They like that sweep.
That was a gain of 8 for the Minutemen. It will be third down and 2. So slowly but surely, again, they're making their way down the field.
Bringing the man in motion, so it's going to be a run.
Handed off again as he gets to the outside with nobody in front of him. And he's looking to take it all the way, and he will. Touchdown, St. Paul Central.
Dion Ford with the 62-yard touchdown run for the Minutemen.
62-yard touchdown.
They kept doing those sweeps, and I guess that's why they saw that coming. That was a very nice play. Great run by number 16.
Finally, St. Paul Central will get on the board. They're going to look to get this extra point as well.
And after limited offensive action, we've seen 2 big plays, one by the Tigers and now one by the Minutemen, and both leading to touchdowns. And both on runs.
And the kick is good.
Point after try is good. New score here at James Griffin Stadium. Fridley 14, Central 7.
Yeah, you could hear some of the fans go, ooh, because that wasn't very high. But it just has to get over that yellow crossbar, and it did.
So now score here at Griffin Stadium. Fridley Tigers 14, St. Paul Central 7. Still about 8:30 left here in the second quarter. And I'm thinking now for St. Paul Central, after having that successful run and obviously an amazing touchdown there, they're going to have some more momentum, and hopefully it's going to open some doors up for Funches to be able to get some chemistry with his other receivers.
Yeah, and I think the Tigers still, they can still be pretty happy with what they've seen so far, except that one play. Their defense has played pretty well. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. The kicking game doesn't seem to be like a strong suit for today, so let's see how this kickoff goes. We have 2 Tigers on the 10-yard line. I don't know if they need to be that far back, but they are. Let's see how far this kickoff goes.
For the Tigers, we have Jaheim O'Mealy, number 40, who will kick it off. And another short kick there.
Now that's a live ball. And they recovered it.
Dion Ford with the recovery, Central ball.
So number 16, Dion Ford, recovered that one, and it'll be St. Paul Central's ball.
Yeah, so it goes. The ball goes past 10 yards, so that's a live ball. Someone needs to tell the Tigers that, because the one player was just standing there watching it happen. They maybe need to change their spacing or something like that, but I bet we'll see a coaching adjustment after that, because you cannot let that. That was actually a really great onside kick, because it went over the premier line that you have and dropped right into a spot where you had a guy able to get it pretty easily.
So St. Paul will get it at the 34-yard line. It's handed off, and it'll be carried through the middle, just past the 30-yard line.
Yep, Tigers had the end closed for that one. They're like, you did that once, not
Ford
again.
with the carry for the Minutemen. Gain of 6 on the play. Tackle credited to Davis. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Now that they've had success with that sweep, I think you're going to see the Tigers act a little bit differently when number 16 goes in motion. When he starts heading to the left, someone's going to follow him, and the guys on the right are going to be ready for him, because they're not going to let that happen again.
So that was a gain of 6 on the previous play. 2nd and 4, and that pass was incomplete.
Funches pass attempt to Favors is incomplete. 3rd down and 4.
One thing I've noticed about the equipment of the Minutemen is those wristband things they have. They don't seem to stay closed. I can see them flapping around. I doubt that really matters, but it's just something I noticed.
So the Minutemen will be 3rd and 4 to go on the 20-yard line. Now hand it off again. Unsuccessful there.
Haugen on the carry for the Minutemen. No gain on the play. Tackle credited to Udy of the Tigers. It'll be 4th down and 5.
Nice fake sweep, but the Tigers were ready for that one. They had players on both sides of that play ready to execute. Oh, they're all checking their wristbands, so we might have something interesting coming up here.
That was Haugen on the carry. No gain in the previous possession, and it'll be 4th down with 5 to go. And Funches is going to keep it himself as he's looking downfield. Lots of pressure here, but he stays on his feet, and he throws it long, and it is an incomplete pass.
Great play by the defensive back.
Funches pass attempt is incomplete. Turnover on downs.
Didn't even it. You hear a lot of the guys yell, knock it down, and that's all you're supposed to do in that situation. Don't try to catch it, don't tip it, don't anything. Whack it to the ground. You're going to get the ball way down here where it was 4th down instead of trying to catch it and get the ball down deep. Nice play by the defensive back.
Like you said, really good defense there by Fridley, but I'm amazed at how Funches was able to stay on his feet. There was a lot of pressure coming at him, and he was still able to try to find some sort of play down the field, although it was incomplete, but great effort there by him.
It was a very nice find by the quarterback. You're absolutely right.
Fridley now was taken down, I think, about the same line, or they may have lost some yards there.
Yeah, they lost a couple yards there.
Mitchell Curry on the carry for the Tigers. Loss of 3 on the play. Tackle credited to Edwards of the Minutemen. 2nd down and 13.
That fake handoff did not help. The Minutemen were waiting for it. I think you're going to have to see some passing plays. Otherwise, the defense is just going to slowly creep in and be ready for those more and more.
The Tigers 2nd down here, 13 to go. Blaha will keep it himself as he goes back to the outside. And he falls short on the sideline.
Nice little run for a broken play, that's for sure. You can see the elusiveness and the athleticism of Blaha.
Blaha on the carry for the Tigers, gain of 10 on the play. Tackle credited to Tao.
He's been the one guy that I've thought has looked like he's playing faster than other people.
Exactly.
So far.
So the Tigers, 3rd down, 3 to go at the 36-yard line. And Blaha will look on the sideline, and it's caught, and it's taken down for a 1st down.
Another good catch by number 10.
Blaha's pass is complete to Severson. Gain of 9 on the play. Tackle credited to Davis of the Minutemen. 1st down and 10.
That was a complete pass to Severson. A gain of 9 yards. The Tigers will be 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, and Severson's been someone who's been open on a couple plays, and Blaha's found him.
And his ability to run the ball himself and find his teammates just makes him that much better.
Blaha on the keeper for the Tigers. No gain on the play. Tackle credited to Edwards of the Minutemen. 2nd down and 10.
I think that was a planned play, and the Minutemen were ready for it.
No gain on the play. The Tigers still 2nd down, 10 to go. Just about 5 minutes left here in the 2nd quarter.
Severson's on the sideline again, but he'd be a guy I'd like to see more of because he's made some 2 good plays so far, and I think they could use someone that can get that mid-range pass completed.
Blaha looking on the outside, but gets up the middle himself and is taken down.
Blaha on the carry for the Tigers. No gain on the play.
Oh,
Tackle credited to Tao of the Minutemen. 3rd down and 10.
We have an injury timeout, unfortunately. Player's writhing in pain. Looks like he lost his shoe, threw his helmet off.
Yeah, I always hate to see that happen.
I do. I love to see the coach out there first. Come out and check on your player. Everybody's taking a knee.
I think that looks like number 55, Joseph Edwards. And although everybody knows injuries are a part of the sport, it's the nature of sports, you never like to see that happen.
No, really don't want to see that. And I don't think he's walking off the field on his own from what I've seen so far. I hope they get a cart or something out to pick him up. And it looks like if they do have a cart, it looks like there is something way out here to the right. It's all decorated in balloons. That'd be kind of a weird way to go off the field. I hope he's going to be okay. Or maybe he is going to walk off the field. So far, he's getting up. Oh, he needs some help, though.
Looks like maybe an ankle or a knee. But like you said, he's able to hop off the field, so that's a good sign.
Oh, look at that. The ref's helping out. Yeah, I'll say, get a teammate out there. Ref's like, come on. You guys need to help your player. Good to see him pitch in like that, though. See, the refs aren't all bad.
Yeah, being a referee is one of the hardest jobs, I'd have to say.
I think everyone should have to do it once, and then they would definitely change how they yell at them at a game. It is not an easy job.
But of course, when you're on the other side as a player or a parent, oh my gosh, it's easy to say.
They're horrible.
Yeah, it's so easy to say that.
They're barely people. But that's just not true.
Exactly. Until you become a referee, or for a day you're a referee.
Yeah, those are guys who love the game. So I appreciate referees spending their time out here.
So the Tigers, 3rd and 10, the 45-yard line. And Blaha again will take it himself as he gets up the middle and is taken down short of the 45-yard line.
One little pump fake.
The quarterback keep for the Tigers. Gain of 9 on the play. Tackle credited to Tao of the Minutemen. 4th down and a long one.
Quick little pump fake. He seems like he pulls it down pretty quick. But he had a great gain there. Now he sets his team up for a 4th and 1. You should be able to get 4th and 1. But I don't think they're going to try for it. Or are they going to bring in the beefy line? I'm not sure. Okay, Blaha's lining up over the ball. Is he the snapper too?
Yeah, he was.
Okay. That was a nice play. Did he get it? I think he got it. That was a cute little trick play.
Yeah, Fridley has tried some things this game. I'm impressed.
I'm pretty sure Fridley got it, not because of the referees, but because the Minuteman coach threw up his arms and said, oh, come on.
Gain of a yard on the play. Result of the play is a 1st down.
So they did get a 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10 with 45 at the 45-yard line.
Again, the fun of high school football. You have your quarterback lining up, and he's snapping the ball. That's great.
Yeah, Blaha has been doing everything this game. He really has.
Yeah, they say that a lot, but this guy's actually doing everything.
Right. And he'll try to find an outside pass there, but it's incomplete.
He threw that a little high.
Blaha's pass attempt to Davis is incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
That probably had a better chance of being picked off rather than caught.
That was intended to Davis. Tigers will be 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line still. About 3 minutes left in the 2nd quarter.
Nice long drive here by the Tigers, eating up a lot of clock. They can get down here and score. They can take a nice half-line lead and go warm up a little bit.
Blaha will actually hand it off this time. And a great carry up the middle.
That spin move got him 4 yards. Kids,
on
work on your spin move.
Gain of 3 on the play. Tackle credited to Funchess of the Minutemen. 3rd down and 7.
That was Mitchell Curry on the play. A gain of 3 yards. Tigers will be 3rd down, 7 to go.
Minutemen are looking at a short pass. They're ready.
Blaha will keep it himself as he gets up through the middle.
It's going to set up another 4th and short.
Blaha on the carry for the Tigers. Gain of 6 on the play. Tackle credited to Tal of the Minutemen. Once again, it's 4th down and 1.
He's been unstoppable.
Yeah, and the Tigers are using all 4 downs.
Yeah.
And you don't see any hesitation. You can see instantly they are going for it. There's not even a question of it. We've got the 2 wide receivers wide out, both way on the sides, spreading the defense out.
Blaha again will keep it himself. And they
Ball's
get
out.
that 1st down.
They knocked the ball loose. Looks like it was recovered by the Minutemen. It did really.
So not a 1st down.
Recovered by Central.
Whether they recovered the fumble or the Tigers recovered it, once it didn't get past that 1st down, that ball fumble, that was going to become
It'll be
Minuteman
1st
ball.
down and 10 for the Minutemen. Ball on the 37-yard line.
So the Minutemen now will have the ball on the 37-yard line with about 2 minutes to try to even the score out.
Yeah, they need to talk to Blaha about what happened there. Make sure he doesn't do that again. They had a nice drive going.
Funches will hand it off, and they'll get to the outside and take it down just short of the 40-yard line.
Ford on the carry for the Minutemen. Gain of 2 on the play. Tackle credited to Davis of the Tigers. 2nd down and 8.
Tigers have seen that play before, so they're not going to let that. I don't think they're going to let that sweep beat them again. 16 needs to figure out how he can cut it up the field sooner, because getting out to the corner probably is not going to happen anymore. You got one of them, that's a pretty good victory.
The Minutemen 2nd down, 8 to go at the 39-yard line. The clock is winding down. We're almost at a minute here. Funches looking down the field, and he'll launch it. And an interception by Fridley.
Great catch by number 3.
Bunches. Pass attempt for Davis is intercepted by Neward of the Tigers. It'll be first down and 10 for Fridley.
Okay, that really did look like a lobbed pass. That looked like it did not have much chance.
The ball will
Also,
be spotted on the 29-yard line.
there were 3 Tigers waiting for that. If you're going to throw the ball where 3 defenders are, you better zip it and get it in there. You can't lob it up. They're going to be waiting for you. Especially Tigers. Tigers are hungry. They wait for stuff like that. You cannot mess with the Cats.
And the Fridley Tigers will start their first down on the 29-yard line. Just under a minute left in the second quarter. And it looks like Blaha is looking to take it again as he finds someone on the outside and complete pass.
Nice job. A little bit of sideline action. Number 21 just added one to his highlight reel.
Blaha's pass to Fisher is complete.
And so I think what happens is Tigers now, they're thinking about the
15-yard
clock.
gain on the play. It's first down and 10 for the Tigers.
If it's incomplete, stop clock. If it's complete and it's first down, that stops the clock. So they can take advantage here. They've got 50 seconds to get down the field and finish that drive that they started earlier that didn't end so well when Blaha fumbled.
At the 44-yard line, Blaha will take a step back. And it looks like he's staying patient and finds another passer down the field who almost stays on his feet,
Oh, nice play.
who falls down at the 30-yard line.
Number 21 with a beautiful catch. Good effort to run back and get the ball. Tigers are going to call timeout.
Blaha's pass to Fisher is complete. Gain of 27 on the play. Timeout on the field. Correction, timeout Fridley. That is their second charge timeout of the half.
And that pass was complete to Fisher for a 27-yard gain. And Blaha is really just staying patient. Either he's taking it himself, but if he doesn't see something good up the middle, I mean, he's finding his teammates open anywhere along the field.
And I think that's probably good coaching because he's been running it earlier, but I think the coaches probably told him before then, hey, we've got a minute left. Don't run down the field. We want to get some passing plays here. Use your quarterbacking skills and let's see some good throws. And he waited there patiently, like you said, waited for his receiver to come back to him, threw him the ball. Great job.
And the way they have been playing, I wouldn't be surprised if they can get this touchdown in the next 40 seconds.
No, we talked about quarterbacking at the start. Now we're finally seeing some good quarterbacking going on right now
Yes.
by Mr. Blaha.
The 31-yard line, Blaha will find a passer, but it's incomplete.
Severson had it.
Blaha's pass attempt to Severson is incomplete. Second down and 10.
He laid out for it, but it fell out of his hands. I mean, I think that's a special skill. I know a kid named Ryan who can do this, but to lay out for the ball and catch it and get a completion, that's not easy to do.
Their first charge.
Giving your body up
half.
like that, I think, is a really tough play. And Severson just about had that one. He had it on his fingers and everything. I bet he really, well, he went to the ground anyway, so you might as well catch it. So that was a nice try. A good throw by Blaha gave his receiver a chance to go get it. And he was wide open.
St. Paul Central will take a timeout here.
31 seconds left.
Some enthusiastic fans for Fridley here.
Yep, Fridley has one timeout left. St. Paul Central has 2 timeouts left in 31 seconds. Central really wants to stop the Tigers here. To go in, set down 1 touchdown after the first half, which I don't think was that great for them, that's a huge win. And the Tigers want to really capitalize on this drive.
Fridley on the 31-yard line. Blaha throws it and it's intercepted by St. Paul Central as he goes to the outside and is running down the sideline. Some great blocks here. And he stopped short of the 30-yard line.
Interception on the play.
He threw it a little short.
Kai West with the 41-yard return for the Minutemen. It'll be first down and 10.
Central was able to take that ball and run down the field. Now they can go down and tie it.
Ball is spotted on the 33-yard line.
They have 17 seconds to do this and 2 timeouts.
After a 41-yard return, St. Paul Central will get the ball at the 33-yard line with about 17 seconds left in the second quarter. Funches will hand it off. And St. Paul Central found an opening up the middle, but it's taken down at about the 20.
Number 16's been their good runner so far.
Ford with the carry for the Minutemen, a gain of 14 on the play.
Yep, and that play means they're going to call a
Tackle
timeout.
credited to Newald of the Tigers. First down and 10 for the Minutemen. Ball is spotted on the 20-yard line. Timeout Central. That is their second charge timeout of the half.
So they have 11 seconds and 1 timeout. So you're at the 20. They haven't really shown much of a throwing game. So if you think you're going to run it here, you get 2 runs. You figure how you're going to get 20 yards.
And I think they definitely have to keep going to Ford. Obviously, he's been the bright spot for St. Paul Central. But we've seen Funches throw it a few times, obviously unsuccessfully. He does have the capability of making a good throw, though.
Yeah, I think maybe you need to see a slant play or something because the Tigers really haven't let anything go out on the sides. We've got number 16 wide out to the right here. Let's see if he goes in motion or not. If he doesn't go in motion, maybe you're looking to pass it to him.
St. Paul Central on the 20-yard line. They hand it off again to Ford, who finds the sideline. And he will go all the way.
Dion Ford with the 20-yard touchdown scamper for the Minutemen.
4 seconds left. Number 3 had him. Number 3 had him in the backfield. Got to him right after he got the ball, and he was able to get by him. Wow, that was impressive. Pretty gutsy call, I think.
So with under about 30 seconds, less than a minute, the entire momentum of this game changed. What we thought Fridley had a near touchdown to end this quarter, St. Paul Central intercepted and they turned it around.
Oh, high snap. I was about to say we're back to 0-0.
New score here at James Griffin Stadium. Fridley 14,
but we're not.
Central 13.
The Tigers are going to have a slight edge going into halftime because of a high snap on that point after touchdown attempt. Wow. So I guess in a way the football gods are watching because they're like, this was not an even game. How can it be an even game? Let's give the team that was slightly better a slightly better score. This opens up the second half to see some 2-point conversions and all kinds of fun stuff like that. So
yes. And what seemed like a game where Fridley was completely on top and dominating and have all the energy. I mean, you look at the scoreboard and St. Paul is right in this game.
Right there.
Even though they had a slow start, they picked it up, and Ford has been great
for them. Hoban and Davis back to return for the Tigers.
That was a very nice drive. Very nice drive there.
O'Mealy on the kick for the Minutemen.
To take you into halftime. Now we'll see a little dribbler down the field to run the clock out. And then we'll take a little bit of a break. We'll let the band perform and enjoy some cocoa maybe and some something warm to eat.
And for St. Paul, this will be O'Mealy, number 40, again on the kick. And that should just about stop the clock.
That ends it. Probably doesn't even really matter who recovered it because it's halftime.
So both teams head into the locker room. St. Paul
recovered by the Tigers.
Central, 13 points. The Fridley Tigers with 14.
Half. Your score here at James Griffin Stadium. Fridley Tigers 14, Central Minutemen 13.
What do you want?
So coming into the second half, I think, like you said, St. Paul Central only down 1 point, but it looks like it's going to be almost a 0-0 game, which could have been a completely different turnaround if Fridley actually would have scored on that possession where they threw an interception. So it looks like both teams are going to have to come out with the same amount of energy. No one can really let down in this second half.
No, they had 2 good drives that were ended on turnovers. Blaha, the interception. I don't even know if I should try to yell over this guy.
Your principal, the one, the only, Mary McBee.
In any case, the Tigers had two drives ended with a Blaha fumble and interception. So they have a lot that's working for them. They just got to make sure that they don't give that turnover. Just take the loss on the play. Don't turn the ball over, because you guys have been able to drive down the field no problem and basically do what you want. Really, the turnovers have caused this game to be close. Fridley has a lot to be excited about, but they have to get those mistakes gone. And Central really hasn't gotten their game going. So to be in this game like they are, and I really don't think they've done a lot of what they wanted to do, maybe, that's exciting for them.
All right, we'll be back after the half. This is high school football.
If you'd like to sponsor a TSP television broadcast, we've got a Patreon page for that. Sponsorships start at just $1 a month. Visit patreon.com/TSP television and make a pledge for premier Twin Cities sports coverage.
Welcome back, fans. If you are just now joining us, we are at Griffin Stadium
On the kick for the Minutemen.
with a conference matchup between
Harvin and Davis back here to
the
receive
St.
for the
Paul
Tigers.
Central Minutemen and the Fridley Tigers. Fridley is ahead 14-13, and we are just underway for the second half.
Yeah, Fridley's really played really well. I think the Central's pretty lucky to be in this game. They've taken advantage of the turnovers they've received, and now they're going to kick off. It gives the Tigers a chance to take the lead even further.
O'Mealy will lead the kickoff for the Minutemen, and the Tigers will start their first down at about the 35-yard line.
If you were gone at halftime, what you missed was a little bit of a cheer off.
Tigers a 2-yard return.
We had the
Tackle credited to Vernick of the Minutemen. First down and 10 for the Tigers.
We had the 2 cheering teams kind of facing off down here, and the band has left the building. And that catches you up with what you missed during halftime.
Both teams enjoying this environment, although it's a little chilly. I'm sure the cheerleaders are trying to find a way to stay warm.
There you go, 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 go.
Tigers again on the carry,
Nice run.
and they will be stopped at about the
Mitchell
40-yard
Curry
line.
on the carry for the Tigers. Gain of 6 on the play.
That's a really nice run
Tackle
on first
credited
down.
to Yang and Tal of the Minutemen. Second down and 5.
That was Mitchell Curry on the carry with about a 6-yard gain. The Tigers will get the ball at the 41-yard line. This will be second down, 4 to go.
Yes, fire up.
Blaha will hand it off. Fridley tries to go through the middle, but not much room there. But he'll push through, and I think
that's
a first
great
down.
push. Where's he going to
Mitchell Curry
mark?
on the carry for the Tigers.
They're going to mark that right on or just short. Or they're moving the chains.
Gain of 4 on the play. The result of the play is a first down.
Way to go, Finley. Yeah, keep it going.
So the Tigers will get a first down. Now at the 45-yard line. And Mitchell Curry with both carries in the first 2 possessions.
Tigers.
Blaha will hand it off again. And the Tigers will be taken down.
I was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, but not much room to move there. The Minutemen were all
Fisher
over
on the
it.
carry for the Tigers. No gain on the play. Tackle credited to multiple Minutemen. Second down and 10.
So no gain here. I mean, what I'm noticing is obviously in the first half, I mean, it was all Blaha, right? He was doing almost everything. But you see in the start of this game, it looks like they're trying to go to other players and get more of the team involved.
I like that move. It just makes it harder for the Minutemen to defend.
And right on cue, Blaha will keep it himself And he gets to the side of the field and is taken down at about midfield.
Blaha on the carry for the Tigers. Gain of 4 on the play. Tackle credited to Davis of the Minutemen. 3rd down and 6.
3rd and 6. Let's see if there's a passing play in the works here. Blaha is certainly the kind of quarterback who can throw the ball. Looking on the sideline to see if Severson's in there. He's made some good catches in the first half.
And good defense so far by the Minutemen. I'm sure that was a topic of discussion in the locker room during halftime to make sure that they're staying sharp defensively.
Nice catch.
Complete pass there.
He's got
As
to
the
go
Tigers
forward.
stay on their feet.
I think that's going to be good enough. Good run after the catch there. That almost looked like those people running through the ropes. You know, when they're doing like that foot drill.
Yeah.
Complete to Fisher of the Tigers. Gain of 6 on the play. 1st and 10.
Every time he took a step forward, there was another defender in front of him, but he kept fighting through it and got that 1st down.
And that was Fisher on the carry with a gain of 6. And the Tigers will get another 1st down at the 45-yard line. Blaha will take back, and he's looking downfield in a complete pass in the middle. And another 1st down for the Tigers.
Nice throw. Nice catch.
Blaha's pass to Phillips is complete. Gain of 12 on the play. Tackle credited to West of the Minutemen. 1st down and 10.
Keep it rolling now. Keep it going.
Phillips has looked pretty good in the plays that I've seen him involved in.
The Tigers at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10.
Just under 8 minutes left in the 3rd.
Blaha will fake the handoff and take it himself through the middle. And he's pretty much untouched.
He's just so elusive. You can just see him like just moving left and right, and the defenders don't really have the ability to capture
For
him.
the Tigers, a 22-yard gain. Tackle credited to Funchess of the Minutemen. It'll be 1st down and 10. Ball on the 15.
So Blaha with a 22-yard carry. Another 1st down at the 15-yard line. And like we've just seen, I mean, they got his other teammates involved, and that opens up doors for him, and they're really close to scoring range. Blaha again will hand it off down the middle and tackled pretty soon there.
Maybe a gain of 1, maybe a gain of 2.
Mitchell Curry on the carry for the Tigers. Gain of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9.
That was Mitchell Curry on the play with a gain of 1. 2nd down, 9 to go. Ball's on the 14-yard line. Blaha gets it to the outside. Pass complete. And he's taking it all the way for a touchdown.
Nice job.
Blaha's pass to Fisher is complete for the touchdown.
That was a complete pass to Fisher, who scores the touchdown within the first about 6 minutes of the game.
That's pretty much exactly, I think, what the Tigers wanted to do. Get the ball drive down the field, extend their lead.
And the Tigers will look for the extra point here. And they'll get it.
Cohenhoven's kick is good. New score here at James Griffin Stadium. Fridley Tigers 21, Central Minutemen 13.
So Central is going to get the ball, and they're going to try to equalize this game.
So with that kick, the Fridley Tigers are ahead 21-13. 6:36 left in the 3rd quarter. And the Tigers are not looking to let up here. There's a really patient start to the 3rd quarter, and they came out ready to play.
Yeah, that was a really nice drive. They had a mix of pass and run, got different players involved, went down the field with a pretty good cadence. Didn't really get to a fourth down like it did in the first half.
And I'm sure the Tigers knew they were going to have to eventually start getting other players involved. I mean,
kick for the Tigers.
especially as the quarterback, you're going to get zeroed in on. So
Keep the
it's a good thing
receive
to
for
see
the
Fisher and to see Curry also getting involved in the previous possession. And for the Tigers, number 84, Jeffrey Markvika will kick it off. And St. Paul Central will return it as he finds a great opening in the middle, and he gets to the outside, and he's tripped up there just short of the 30-yard line.
Tried to strong arm that last defender, wasn't having it.
West with the 42-yard return for the Minutemen. It'll be first down and 10 for Central. Ball on the Fridley 33-yard line.
Great response for Central.
And that was number 11, West, for St. Paul Central on the return. And they will get the ball on the 33-yard line for a first down. Funches will fake the handoff and eventually get it to another runner throughout the middle.
Haugen on the carry for the Minutemen. Gain of 1 on the play. Tackle credited to Mitchell Curry of the Tigers. Second down and 9.
Another fake to number 16 for a sweep there. Picked up a couple yards. Central looking to do the same thing they did in this first half so far.
Second down, 9 to go. Fridley with some really good defense here.
They've certainly seen it
Haugen
before.
on the carry for the Minutemen. Gain of 3 on the play. Tackle credited to Lamont of the Tigers. Third down and 6.
Curious to see if this becomes a passing play for Central. They haven't really thrown the ball very well yet. I'd like to see them get that figured out.
Third down, 6 to go on the 29-yard line. Funches will take it back himself. Finds an
Nice
open man on
screen.
the side who gets back to the middle but returns back to the side for a first down.
Funch's pass to Haugen is complete. A 14-yard completion for the Minutemen. Tackle credited to Fisher and Ewald of the Tigers. First and 10 Central.
It's a well-executed play. Nice little screen. Had plenty of players in front of him. Player made a defender miss. Nice first down.
That was number 30, Haugen, on the carry. Funches this time will take it
Ball's
himself, but
loose.
it's
Tigers
fumbled.
got it.
And Fridley has it.
Funch's fumbles the quarterback keeper, recovered by Mitchell Curry of the Tigers. It'll be first and 10. Fridley.
Funches ran into a defender. They popped the ball loose. Didn't touch the ground, though. The Tigers grabbed it right out of midair.
A pretty tough game here for Funches, and it looked like St. Paul Central had some momentum finally, and then they unfortunately turned it back over.
Now they're going to count on their defense to turn it back around.
So the Tigers will receive the ball for their first down on the 20-yard line, just under 5 minutes here in the third quarter. We have a really animated fan over here to our right.
On that last touchdown, he said he was glad the Tigers were finally listening.
Blaha will attempt to pass to the outside, but that's incomplete.
Took the safe route and threw it a little bit to the left shoulder.
To Kornhoven is incomplete. Second down and 10.
Instead of trying to thread the needle and possibly give up an interception, he threw a little bit behind his receiver, but too far behind.
Tigers still at the 20-yard line. Second and 10. St. Paul Central looking to make a necessary stop here, as Blaha hands it off and has nowhere to go.
It's going to be third and long. See if they have another pass play.
Mitchell Curry on the carry for the Tigers. Gain of 1 on the play. Tackle credited to multiple Minutemen. 3rd down and 9.
That was Mitchell Curry on the carry with a gain of 1.
Might be a good name for a rock band, the Multiple Minutemen. Anytime there's
Yeah.
a group tackle, the announcer says, tackle by multiple Minutemen. Has a ring to it.
I like the alliteration. Tigers 3rd and 9 at the 20-yard still. And Blaha will look to pass it, but no one's open. So he'll have to throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, I think his target was Severson, who was covered. He just throws it out of bounds. Looks like we're going to see a punt. Oh, we have
Flag on the play.
They're going to call a grounding play here, I think. Yeah, intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding on the Tigers.
Loss of down. Penalty
Loss
down
of
back
on
there.
The play. The foul will be enforced from the spot. 4th down.
That does back him up, so that's a little bit of a mistake there by Blaha. He needed to get outside the tackles or throw the ball further down the field near your receiver. It wasn't really that close to Severson, who I think was his target.
And we'll give credit to the Minutemen for their defense and putting some pressure on Blaha, which he hasn't really seen this entire game.
Yeah, now the punter's in the end zone.
And the
That was close to being
punt was
blocked.
tipped.
No! Oh, I said no because what was he doing? The Minuteman player did not have to touch that.
I think someone's helmet came off too.
Yes, you are correct. They're going to have probably a concussion check on that guy. Make sure he's okay.
Davis with the recovery for the Minutemen. Timeout on the field.
So timeout on the field.
Referees are conferring to discuss what happened here.
And so what happened on that? After his kick was tipped, you were saying the Minutemen didn't have to touch that.
One of the Minutemen players, it looked like he reached out to grab it, and instead of grabbing it, he pushed the ball up in the air, which of course got the Tigers all excited because once someone red touches it, it's a live ball. So, that turns into a great opportunity for them to move down the field. Referees are discussing what happened. I don't know who ended up with the ball at the bottom of the pile. Looks like it was Central. Okay, I was waiting for a signal. But they do have, so Central gets great field position here after that almost blocked punt. Tigers defense needs to hold here if they want to keep this lead.
So Central on the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Funches hands it off as they try to get to the outside, but taken down. Good defense, Fridley.
Ford on the carry for the Minutemen. Loss of 2 on the play. Tackle credited to Phillips of the Tigers. 2nd down and 12.
So loss of 2 there on the play.
Tigers are ready for that one.
Minutemen, 2nd down, 12 to go. Now on the 27-yard line. Funches again, hands it off as Central gets to the outside and is taken down past the 25-yard line.
Haugen on the carry for the Minutemen. Gain of 3 on the play. Tackle credited to Mark Vicka of the Tigers. 3rd down and 9.
Small gain, but a long 3rd down here. We'll have to see if there's another pass play in the Minutemen's arsenal.
That was Haugen on the carry in the previous possession with a gain of 3.
16 has single coverage on the right. Oh, he's going to move in. Here comes maybe a sweep.
Funches with the handoff again, and they try to get up the middle. And there will be a flag on the play.
But there's a little bit of yellow on the field, so we're going to back that up. We're going to have a holding call here, I think. Oh, face mask. Well, that'll give them...
Face masking on the defense. 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, 3rd down.
So replay of the 3rd down. St. Paul Central still at the 24-yard line.
Correction, 5 yards from the end of the play. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Minutemen.
There you go. Yeah, I didn't think you replayed the down. That didn't make any sense.
So a
that
correction.
That really makes the 3rd down very manageable.
3rd down, 1 to go. Now at the 16-yard line. Just over 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Funches will hand it off again, and there's nowhere to go in the middle.
Whole line was stood up there, but he was able to find a
How
little
good
bit
on
of
the
a
carry
crease.
for the Minutemen.
That crease was enough to get a
Gain
first
of
down.
2 on the play. The result of the play is a 1st down Central.
But with Haugen on the carry, they do get the 1st down with a 2-yard gain. And they'll be on the 14-yard line.
There's still enough room to get another 1st down without scoring. Central just grinding it down the field slowly and surely. They just keep moving.
Yes. And that's what they're going to have to do because, you know, Funches has struggled this game. So he's going to have to continue handing it off.
Yeah, I haven't really seen him throw it very well.
St. Paul Central with another carry.
Maybe we'll get a big
4 on the
surprise.
carry for the Minutemen. Gain of 1 on the play. Tackle credited to Lamont of the Tigers. 2nd down and 9.
They certainly have some good-looking receivers in 16 and 11, so I am looking him to see if he wants to get them the ball and through the air.
A gain of 1 on the play. 2nd and 9 on the 13-yard line. Funches fakes the first handoffs, and they get a good carry down the middle.
Haugen on the carry for the Minutemen. Gain of 10 on the play. The result of the play, 1st and goal for Central. Ball is on the 4.
That was Haugen again on the play for a 10-yard gain. And the St. Paul Central Minutemen are 1st and goal.
Yeah, maybe they're wearing them out with their offensive line.
Another attempt through the middle with Haugen, but he's denied.
Haugen on the carry for the Minutemen. Loss of 2 on the play. Tackle credited to Lamont of the Tigers. 2nd down and goal from the 6.
That play looked like there was a little bit of a mishandling going on there. Cost them a couple yards. They lost 2 on that play.
And St. Paul is continuing to try to pound it through the center. I'm wondering if they're going to try to get to the outside sometime. As it's handed off to Ford. Good defense, Fridley.
Ford on the carry for the Minutemen. No gain on the play. Tackle credited to multiple Tigers. 3rd down and goal from the 6.
Good job by Fridley being ready for that play. They can hold here. That'll be a big win for them. And will force Central into a tough decision if they're going to try a field goal or if they want to keep trying to score.
3rd down, 6 to go at the 6-yard line, and the clock is winding down. And Funches will look to throw it. And it's caught for a touchdown, St. Paul Central.
Funches pass to Davis is complete for the 6-yard touchdown throw.
Nice catch. Catches it after the sound, after the end of the quarter.
And you said St. Paul Central was going to be forced to make a decision, and this time it actually worked out for them.
They decided to throw it. Let his receiver go get the ball. That was a great job getting that catch and earning that touch.
And this might be where St. Paul Central might take off. I mean, we haven't seen.
And here they're going to go. It looks like they might be going for 2 here to tie it. This is a big play for the Tigers.
Funches keeps it himself, actually. Tries to get to the sideline and throws it too deep.
The 2-point attempt is no good. New score here at James Griffin Stadium. Fridley Tigers 21, Central Minutemen 19. That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
That's a big play because now you score another touchdown and you're out of reach. You're within a field goal, but I don't really see a field goal being the difference in this game.
So the 2-point attempt was not good for the St. Paul Central Minutemen. Now Fridley is up 21-19 at the end of the third quarter. But from the third quarter, finally we've seen Funches connect with another player in terms of not just handing it off. He actually made a complete pass and they scored a touchdown. So that might be the fire that the St. Paul Central Minutemen need in order to close out the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Fridley can respond here. I thought they had a pretty good third quarter themselves, but basically the third quarter was a wash, and instead of a 1-point lead, it's now a 2-point lead. And the defense held strong on that 2-point conversion. That was a big play for Central, trying to tie it up.
I was going to say both teams are making each other work for any sort of gain in yards, and especially the touchdown. So it's going to be a close one.
O'Mealy on the kick for the Minutemen. Cohenhoven and Davis back deep to receive for the Tigers.
Number 40, O'Mealy will kick off for the St. Paul Central Minutemen.
Really watch for an onside kick or something like that, since one of those has been already converted and multiple have been attempted.
And we're underway for the fourth quarter. Fridley will make the catch. He gets to the sideline and back into the middle, and he is all by himself, and he is going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Fridley.
Nice run.
Cohenhoven with the 75-yard touchdown return of the kickoff for the Tigers.
Looked like early on that play he was looking to avoid contact, but is able to get to the outside. I love how he gets to the end zone, does one look back, and then just sprints for it. No need for showmanship. Get those points.
That was number 14, Cohenhoven, with the 75-yard return within the first 20 seconds of the fourth quarter.
The Tigers looking to make this a 9-point lead, which is going to be a 2-score deficit for the Minutemen. Just tips it over.
And the extra point is good.
That almost looked like a free throw.
Extra try is good. New score here at James Griffin Stadium. Tigers 28, Minutemen 19.
Just kind of scooped it over.
And now the Fridley Tigers 28, St. Paul Central 19. I think the Tigers felt like the score was too close for comfort.
Yes, that gives them a little bit of breathing room. Now the cheerleaders need to do 28 jumping jacks.
At least it's going to help them stay warm.
Yes.
Still a lot of game left, though. St. Paul Central has the opportunity to get back in this game. I think Funches is going to have to continue connecting with his other receivers, and they're going to have to keep going to Ford. I think he's the big key here if they want to get back in this game.
Yep, you nailed it right there. But Central has shown that they're willing to pass the ball occasionally, so let's see if they continue with that or if the Tigers force them into doing that, because I think they will if they try to run it.
For the Tigers, Ford back deep to receive for the Minutemen.
I think everybody in the world is expecting that jet sweep, so I don't know if that's going to happen anymore. I know that Central's going to keep trying it, but the Tigers are probably going to be ready to stop it.
Number 84, Mark Vicka, will kick off for the Fridley Tigers.
Looks like we got to wait for the referee to get across the field. Thought he was running for the ball.
Yeah, me too. A low kick there. Returned by St. Paul Central, who finds a gap, and he stays on his feet as he gets to the outside and is brought down midfield.
A couple players tried for the strip, but it wasn't going to be knocked
return
loose.
for the Minutemen, a 25-yard return. It'll be first down and 10 for Central.
Almost like a slow motion return down the middle.
Ball is spotted on the 49-yard line.
That was number 11, West, on the return. Minutemen will get the ball at the 49-yard line. First and 10.
Short field. Short field for the Minutemen. We need this score to stay in this game.
A 11:39 left in the fourth quarter in this homecoming matchup against St. Paul Central and the Fridley Tigers.
Option play. I almost wonder if that was going to be a throw by the running back. They had some receivers down the field.
On the carry for the Minutemen, tackle credited to Phillips of the Tigers, gain of 2 on the play, second down and 8.
I like the idea of the option play on that one. Gives your quarterback a chance to keep it himself and get some yards or pitch it off. They included, of course, the fake pitch to number 16. He's involved in every play, whether he's touching the ball or not. Here he goes again.
Funches fakes the first handoff, and they'll get a carry up the middle.
That's been pretty successful.
Yeah. I think that was Haugen again, number 30.
Haugen on the carry for the Minutemen, gain of 4 on the play, third down and 4.
Yeah, he's just punching it forward. 3rd and 4, this might be 2-down territory.
St. Paul now on the 43-yard line.
Oh, all kinds of movement.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Number 74 had the most interesting reaction I've seen. he fell over. And I think this is going to be an automatic first down. I think this is going to be on the Tigers. Yep, it is.
And the Fridley Tigers here with an interesting chair.
Penalty, the result of the play, first down Central.
Yeah, number 74 was pretty mad himself. He threw himself to the ground after that, after jumping.
So
it just shows you how eager they are.
After the flag, St. Paul got a first down, and Funches handed it off to Haugen again, who's taken down at the 35.
Carry for the Minutemen, gain of 3 on the play, tackle credited to Mark Vicka of the Tigers, second down and 7.
It's been a while since they've ran that sweep to 16, so maybe they're trying to set that up with multiple runs. But Haugen's been very effective as a running back, getting 4 or 5 yards right up the middle, which is typically the hardest place to get him.
Yeah,
to get those yards.
Funches basically handing it off to Haugen every single time, and he's just running it up the middle.
Seems like a good idea.
And as you just spoke of it, they handed it off to Ford this time, and he gets to the outside. And
he's just short.
He nearly finished that play. What about the 2-yard line?
For the Minutemen. Finally tackled at the 1-yard line by the Tigers. It'll be first down and goal for Central. Ball on the 1.
Got him by the jersey. It's almost like the horse tackle type thing. Oh, and then Ford's coming out of the game. I guess there's no jet sweep on 1st and 1. At the 1.
And St. Paul Central touchdown.
Haugen on the 1-yard carry for the score.
Haugen gets rewarded for all those plays that he ran to set up this touchdown. Gets the touchdown himself. No, we got people yelling onside kick, so I think they're already ready for that.
And Central
that was short.
Attempted the extra point, but there was a whistle before it.
Yes. I don't think it was icing the kicker.
Flag on the play.
On Tigers.
Offsides on the defense.
So a flag on the play.
Half the distance to the goal. We will retry the PAT.
It's almost too bad you can't decline that because the kicking game has not been impressive thus far. Kind of want to get your points if you can get them.
Tigers again will attempt the extra point and another flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Tigers are going to just keep slowly inching backwards. Now it's half the distance. Now that, whoa, they changed their mind? We have some changing of personnel.
St. Paul with
Offsides on the defense, half the
bunch of
distance to the goal. We'll
subs.
retry the PAT.
What's going on here, Don?
I think they've changed their mind. They're going to try to get 2, thinking that if I can get 2 now and get 2 at the next touchdown, I can get back to tying this. But the Tigers are going to hold, and that is going to keep it a 3-point deficit for the Minutemen.
So outstanding defense there by Fridley.
After being too excited to go get it. And now we have a debate here. I say give them the ball. What do we got to do? You got to kick it off. That's what's
the
next.
PAT is no good. New score here at James Griffin Stadium. Tigers 28, Minutemen 25.
So I get what they were thinking. After a second, the coach realized, wait a minute, we can't be down by 2 points all the time. Let's try and make it 1, and then we'll try to make it tieable. We might not be able to outscore the Tigers on a touchdown basis, so the one way to get into the game is to get those 2-point conversions.
So now the Fridley Tigers up 28-25, 9:19 left in the fourth quarter. And Fridley now the ones going to be attacking on offense. What do you think the Minutemen need to do to be able to make a stop, to have a chance to even take over this game?
I think they've had a pretty good job of coverage on defense, and I think they've been able to really limit the run. They really have to be wary of Blaha getting back into trying to run it all himself. And the last quarter, he didn't really try to run it himself very often. So I think as long as you're keying on that, the hard part is you're down by 3, and so far it does not look like you're going to outscore them. You're going to need a turnover. You're going to need a turnover to win this game, I think, if you're the Minutemen. And the Tigers just have to make sure they know they can't turn this ball over.
Number 40, O'Mealy for St. Paul Central on the kick.
Say, watch for that onside kick stuff. Just grit it, drop
the Tigers got it and tried to go through the middle and stop short of the 45-yard line.
Phillips on the 13-yard return for the Tigers. Tackle credited to Town. On the Minutemen, it'll be first down and 10 for Fridley. Ball on their own 44-yard line.
Starting off at the 44-yard line is not a bad thing. That's nice field position. So the Tigers just need to take advantage of it, just put together a drive here. They've been able to run those long drives with eating the clock, so they can certainly take some clock out too while they're doing this. They're in no hurry to score.
Blaha will keep it himself as he finds the middle, but is taken down pretty hard at the 45.
Blaha on the carry for the Tigers. Minimal gain on the play. Second down and 10.
I agree with that. Minimal gain on the play.
I'm not sure what they were looking for there on that play.
No, I think you get your. This is not your usual game plan. Run your usual game plan. Just finish this game off. And you can collect the win pretty easily by just driving down and scoring. Eat some clock along the way. You've shown that your offensive team has all the different weapons you need. Use them.
Blaha will look to throw in a complete pass. Right in front of the 50-yard line.
To Severson is complete.
Severson.
Gain of 7 on the play. Tackle credited to Funchess of the Minutemen. It'll be third down and 3.
Severson's been that mid-game guy. He's been the person who can get you close to that first down or get a catch at the first down. He's coming off the field, though. We'll have to get someone else involved now. But I like seeing the different players getting played and used and making contributions.
3rd and 3 for the Tigers at the 49-yard line. Just under 8 minutes left. Blaha fakes the handoffs and takes it himself for a first down. And that's what you like to see.
Blaha on the carry for the Tigers. Gain of 6 on the play. Tackle credited to Davis of the Minutemen. It'll be first down and 10.
I almost wonder if they have a guy they can use the jet sweep with too. We just have both teams running it all game long. Nice little start to the drive here.
Tigers 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Just keep grinding it down. Watch the clock run.
Blaha again hands it off this time. And the Tigers find an opening right up the middle.
That's beautiful.
Beauty on the carry for the Tigers. Gain of 14 on the play. Tackle credited to multiple Minutemen. First down and 10.
And that just makes the Tigers harder to stop. You have to watch for Blaha. He's probably going to run it. You have to watch the receivers. They can catch it. They've got a running back who can run. That makes it hard because you really can't key on any one thing.
Tigers now 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. A high snap there, but Blaha saves it, but it's taken down very quickly.
Blaha, the quarterback keeper, loss of 3 on the play. Tackle credited
Loses some
to
yards,
Williams.
but as the coach is saying, calm
Second down
down,
and 13.
calm down, calm down.
What could have been a disaster was not, so.
You're basically at the 30-yard line, so you're probably looking at 4-down territory anyway. You don't have to worry about losing a first down.
Come on, Tigers!
Tigers 2nd and 13. Still at the 31-yard line. Blaha hands it off. It looks like he tried to go outside, cut back in, and was taken down at about the 30-yard line. So some good defense here by the Minutemen.
Fisher on the carry for the Tigers. Gain of 1 on the play. Tackle credited to Waggy of the Minutemen. 3rd down and 12.
It's 3rd down, and they haven't gotten back to the original line of scrimmage when they started. You might have to see a pass here. Maybe something for 5 or 6 yards so that you can still try for it on 4th. Have to see what the coaches are thinking.
The Tigers here might be faced with a little bit of pressure, but credit to the Minutemen for staying on top of it defensively. They still want to be in this game.
Yeah, they need to stop for sure. They do need to stop them.
Blaha will step back, starts running himself, finds somebody wide open down there, and it's a complete pass.
Way to go, Fridley!
Awesome patience there.
All that pressure. And Blaha was able to step up, find his receiver.
Blaha's pass to Fisher is complete.
Good job quarterbacking right there.
That pass was complete to Fisher.
And he kept his cool. Kept his cool, ran up, found his player.
First down and goal for the Tigers.
And his receiver just stood there and waited for it.
Yeah.
That's how open he was. Typically, I would think a defender would get in there and stop it. I think one of the Minutemen thought he might have been out of bounds, but he was not, and it's a first down. Goal to go.
Blaha will hand it off again, and a wide open
Untouched.
touchdown there. Like parting the Red Sea.
40-yard touchdown carry for the Tigers.
5 minutes left. That could be the dagger. It's a 9-point lead. They can make it 10.
And the Tigers will have Cohenhorn kicking for the extra point. And it's good.
Cohenhorn's PAT is good. New score here at James Griffin Stadium. Tigers 35, Minutemen 25.
So Central's going to have to drive down the field and score. But they also have to be very suspicious and cautious and don't let an onside kick happen. I can see the Tigers doing that and then looking to run out the rest of the game.
And it seems like for St. Paul Central, every time that they go to Ford and they do that same play where he just gets to the outside, he always does something good, whether he scores a touchdown or, gets a first down. So I think they're going to have to go to him pretty quickly here with 5 minutes left.
As a defense, that's really how you've been. That's the worst play that's happened to you, is letting him get around. The runs down the middle have certainly been somewhat effective, but it's those sweeps to the outside that have led to long drives and scores. So just stop that. Be curious. That's right.
Mark Vicka on the kick for the Tigers. Ford back deep to receive for the Minutemen.
So the Fridley Tigers up now 35-25 with 5:27 left in the fourth quarter.
If this ball goes deep, it goes right to Ford, which has been their big weapon. And they're not going to let that happen. Is that 10?
And I think the Tigers will recover the ball.
Now the question is, who touched it first? And it looks like Central did. So that's going to be a first down, Tigers. They did go for the onside. They went for the dagger. We're not even going to let you try to score this. They're talking about it. They're talking about where it was touched first. It has to be touched about 10 yards beyond where he kicked it off. Doesn't matter where it ends up. That's enough.
So pretty much what...
The onside kick is recovered by the Tigers. It'll be first down and 10 for Fridley. Ball on the 47.
Pretty much what St. Paul didn't want to happen happened. And now Fridley is back on offense.
And they're just looking to eat 5 minutes of clock and take home a 35-25 win. I don't even know if they want to score. I think they just want to drive down and just finish this game off.
Yeah, why chance it?
I don't need to give anybody else the ball. Just run it.
Blaha will run it
Don't fumble. Hold
through
on
the
to
middle
it.
himself, and he's taken down.
Central has their timeouts.
Blaha on the carry for the Tigers. Gain of 2 on the play. Tackle credited to Yang.
Both teams have
Second
all
down
3
and 8.
timeouts, so we'll have to see when they start using them. Tigers are in no hurry to take any timeouts. They're just going to let the clock run.
That was Blaha on the carry with a 2-yard gain. Tigers will have the ball at the 49-yard line. 2nd and 8.
Literally no hurry to snap it. Oh,
And a save there by Blaha, who's obviously tackled, but
this helps them eat clock, but this does not help their objective of finishing off the clock.
Blaha is sacked on the play. Loss of 10. Tackle credited to Mills of the Minutemen. It'll be 3rd down at Dale Street for the Tigers.
a loss of 10 there for the Tigers. 3rd down, 18 to go on the 39-yard line. Now, I know the clock is running down, but the last thing you want to do is give the Minutemen an opportunity to score.
Yeah, and I guess the punting game has been just about, the kickoffs and the punts have been just about the same distance, so maybe it doesn't really matter because you're just about where you would have kicked it off anyway. You did get to take some clock off, so that worked.
Blaha will hand it off, and the Tigers are taken down.
They're going to lose more yards.
So St. Paul continuing their defensive pressure.
Now they've used the
Fisher
first
on the
timeout.
carry for the Tigers. Loss of 5 on the play. Tackle credited to West of the Minutemen. Timeout Minutemen. That is their first charge timeout of the half.
So St. Paul Central will take a timeout here. First, the Tigers lose 10 yards, and then they lose 5 yards. So maybe a loss of focus here at the end of the quarter.
Yeah, that high snap really messed them up. .338 left. But
So-
that 10-point lead is going to be pretty tough to take down. I think the Tigers would have been happier to not even give them a chance, but they still got a comfortable lead. They just have to make sure that Central cannot score quickly so that there isn't really enough time for them to react, because I expect an onside kick if Central can score.
Exactly, and even if the Minutemen feel like this game is out of reach, you still want to take as much positivity, as much momentum as you can into the next game. So they want to continue playing sharp and, again, try to score if they have the opportunity to.
You could steal it. You could steal it. Ford can get around. It's a
Kick-
good bounce. Okay, that's no return is actually a really nice result for the Tigers. I would think Central would have wanted to get that ball.
Bounces out of bounds at the 45-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Minutemen.
I mean, recovering that probably means another 10, 20 yards. So you really did want to recover that, not let it run out of bounds.
St. Paul Central will get the ball at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 with 3:32 to go.
Come on, defense! You gotta hold them!
Tigers can probably essentially end this if they can pick up a turnover. If they can force a fumble or pick the ball off if it's going to be thrown. Oh, there comes sweeper.
Fake the handoff to Ford. Oh, and a really hard hit there between both St. Paul Central and the Tigers player.
Incomplete. Timeout on the field.
That was a trifecta. I think the two players and the ball hit each other at the same time, and they're both down on the ground.
Really at the same time. And that was loud. It was a loud hit. Both teams will take a knee as each player is being looked at.
21's coming in from behind, so he probably took the lesser of it. He needs to come out. They need to check him out.
That's number 21, Cobbs.
He's flexing. They're going to check him out.
Unfortunately, St. Paul Central's player is still down.
He is moving, though, which is a good sign. But he probably had his bell rung.
And I think that's number 2, Davis, for St. Paul Central, who has played a really good game today, you know, when he was able to get touches.
Yeah, that ball did come in with a little bit of like lobbing, and so the defender was able to pounce on it. He was trying to get the interception. Really, we had two players just going for a live ball. Looks like he's going to get up. That's a good thing to see.
And he will get up. A nice round of applause by fans. I'm just happy that it was nothing more serious.
And we're on the visitor side, so if you can hear people cheering in the background, you've got people cheering for the other team's player, to wishing him well. Love to see that.
It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Minutemen.
So it will be 2nd down, 10 to go for the Minutemen. They are on the 45-yard line.
3:27 left in this game. The Tigers are going to watch that clock carefully, waiting for it to hit zeros.
And they are down by 10, so St. Paul looking to score pretty quick here. Funches hands off to Ford, but the Tigers were all over that one.
I like what happened there. It basically looked like one of the Tigers was just standing there like a barricade. He looked like those sawhorses, just stand there like a hurdle. I'm just going to stand here and make you go around me.
Timeout on the field.
He doesn't want to step backwards, so if you can stop him from performing that sweep. And if he's down, that's a huge loss for Central.
Unfortunately, another timeout on the field. Like you said, Ford is down as he was just involved in that last play. Seems to be getting up now, but he has been the bright spot for St. Paul Central. So good to see him back on his feet.
Now with an injury, I think he has to go to the sideline to get checked out.
Okay, defense, let's hold them some more.
And that's what you don't want to see, even though that was, you know, a great defensive play by the Tigers.
Yep.
You know, and the game might be over. Maybe both teams are feeling the game is over. You still have to be playing at 100% because the last thing you want to do is get hurt out here.
Yeah, you certainly don't want any injuries in the game. And if you're Central, they need to have all their weapons so they can come back here if they're going to. The Tigers just need to hold out. They got 3 minutes and 15 seconds left for them to get to this victory. And the clock is running right now, so there's 2 timeouts left for Central. They might need to think about using them. They certainly don't want to be lollygagging here.
Funches will keep it himself, and he looks for the long pass, and it was almost intercepted by the Tigers.
Funches pass kept to West is incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 12 for the Minutemen.
Number 3 almost iced this game with just under 3 left. He had that ball in his hands.
That would have been an extremely athletic catch if he would have got that one.
That was a nice job. As long as he doesn't tip it to the other player, you call that a win. The bad joke is if he could catch, he'd be a wide receiver. That was a great play by the defense. Not a very frozen rope type of throw either, though. You could see a little wobble there. duck was quacking as it was flying through the air.
So 4th down for the Minutemen.
Ford's back in the game.
They're going to go for it. Funches launches it, and it was nearly caught, but incomplete by St. Paul Central.
He was trying to give enough space and separation at the same time as catching it.
It'll be a turnover on downs.
So a turnover for St. Paul Central. Just under 3 minutes to go, and I think that if they were going to have a shot at coming back, that was going to be their last opportunity.
Yeah, 2:49 left, 2 timeouts. Tigers just really need to get 1 first down, and then they complete the win. Central knows looks like they're going to go simple.
Blaha hands it off, and it's carried through the middle.
That's not a good result for Central.
Severson with the carry for the Tigers.
Because they could call timeout here to
Gain
stop
of 5
it.
on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
It was 2:40. 10 seconds is run off the clock so far.
That was Severson on the carry with a gain of 5. Tigers will have the ball at the 38-yard line. 2nd down.
Well, if Central's not calling the timeouts, then they're just saying this is over.
And Blaha will hand it off again to Severson.
If he can pick up 2 or 3 yards, that's great, because on 3rd
Severson
down.
on the carry for the Tigers. Gain of 2 on the play. Timeout Central.
Yeah, now they call the
That is their
timeout.
2nd charge timeout of the half.
1:56. They essentially have 2 downs to get 3 yards.
I think they can accomplish that.
I think so too. Central has to stop them on stop them on this 3rd down.
So St. Paul Central with the timeout. Tigers looking like they're going to run away with this one. It's been a fairly good game, though. I must say it seems like the Tigers would have blown them out maybe earlier in the game, but St. Paul Central stayed in it for sure throughout the first half and then a little bit in the 3rd quarter, but the Tigers were the one who pulled away.
Yeah, the Tigers did have 2 turnovers, but that you could also say that the Central forced 2 turnovers.
Exactly.
They knocked the ball loose from Blaha. They picked him off. So they did their part. I think the defense did a good job today. The offense hasn't really been sharp. They've been able to have a couple good drives, though, and those drives have allowed them to get into this game.
Blaha faked the handoff to Severson that time.
Oh, that's really
And the Tigers are going to take it all the way
Okay. I almost wonder if he was going to drop to the ground and not score.
for another touchdown.
Because this just means you have to kick it off
Beauty
now.
on the 36-yard.
And the Tigers will get a standing ovation from their fans.
This definitely ices the game.
I'd say.
It's a little bit more exciting than running the clock out.
That was an awesome play. I mean, the middle just opened up after he spun off of him. Just wide open.
Just one of those things, I think, where once you've given up the 3 yards, you know the game's over. So maybe the Minutemen gave up a little bit. Ooh, that missed that one. The extra point is no good. Yes, now the cheerleaders get to do 41 jumping jacks.
Good score here at James Griffin Stadium. Tigers 41, Minutemen 25.
Ready? Here we go. 41.
And the cheerleaders start their 41
And a couple
count.
of fans are going to do 41 arm waves. That's not a jumping jack. So I guess unfortunately some of the fans in front of us can't keep up with the cheerleaders. I don't know if that's you lose a corner of your man card, I think, when that happens. We got them laughing in front of us. They've got the win in their pocket. They're pretty happy. 41-25 with 1:47 left. 1 timeout left for Central. The Tigers have no interest in using their 3 timeouts. And the cheerleaders got a nice little workout just before this game
Mark
ends.
Bickle on a kick for the Tigers.
So do we see a full kickoff, or are we going to do an onside thing here?
We'll see. We have number 84, Mike Vicka, again on the kickoff.
Short kick. Interesting. I guess in that way they're saying we don't want one of your very quick, tall receiver type players to run it back on us.
They're not taking any chances.
Not taking any chances. That's right.
That'll be first down and 10 for the Minutemen. Ball is spotted on the 48-yard line.
So the Minutemen will get their first down at the 48-yard line. 1 minute, 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Let me think. Pass to Ford. Ford's closest to us on the right side of the line.
I'm thinking that's the way to go.
You better run, Ford.
And Funches hands it off to Ford, who gets to the outside and is taken down, but a great carry nonetheless.
A couple yards.
Ford on the carry for the Minutemen. Gain of 7 on the play. It'll be second down and 3.
Minute 30 left. They've got to be, if they want to really score a couple times, they got to move it up. They got to speed up a little bit more on tempo.
Hold up, defense, hold up.
Second and 3 for the Minutemen on the 45-yard line. And handed off to Ford again, who finds a gap in the middle and is taken down for a first down.
Ford on the carry for the Minutemen. A gain of 10.
Come on, Fridley, it ain't over. Let's wrap them up.
A gain of 10 for St.
It'll be
Paul.
first down and 10 for the Minutemen. Ball on the 41-yard line.
Ford checking his wristband or hand for something. I'm surprised you don't clock it here. Stop the ball by throwing incomplete.
Step back, and he's sacked.
That's an exciting moment for number 74.
Funches is sacked on the play by Lamont for the Tigers. Loss of 10. It'll be third down and 20.
One more. If Central wants to do something here, they need to hurry up.
About 40 seconds left in the game. Central at the 46-yard line, second and 20.
They're going to hike the ball at about 25 seconds left in the game.
Funches is going to look to throw a bomb, and it's intercepted by the Tigers. Wow.
Great route by number 21 in white. He followed the receiver all the way down the field.
By Fisher for the Tigers.
One more kneel, and this is over.
Ball is spotted on the 11-yard line.
What a way to end the game for the Tigers. I mean, both offensively, they finished with the touchdown, and then defensively, they get an interception.
Yeah, defense did their job. "19 seconds, we'll see a kneel down here, and the final will be 41-25. Score kind of reflects the way the game felt.
Yeah, definitely agree.
Central loves that sweep. Ford's a special player, you can see that.
Yeah, I mean, every time he catches the ball, something good happens.
Delay of game. Illegal substitution.
12 men lined up for the play on the offense, half the distance to the goal.
Too many players on the field. That's one way to get another person's name in the scorebook. Really no reason to do that.
Yeah, I'm thinking with 19 seconds left.
It's going to be a kneel down here.
And that will do it.
Tigers pick up another win to move to 4-1. Central drops to 3-2.
And I think before the game, what we thought was going to be more of a battle between the quarterbacks, I mean, Blaha clearly took over this game. He was unstoppable in the first quarter.
Yes.
And even in the second half, he got more of his teammates involved.
Fans, don't forget to check out your favorite team in action next week. The Fridley Tigers host the Washburn Millers at home for a 6 o'clock kickoff at Fridley. The Minutemen travel to Blake High School to take on the SMB Wolfpack. Also on Friday the 5th, a 7 p.m. kickoff for that game. From all of us here at St. Paul Central Athletics and the James Griffin Stadium staff, we ask that you please take your garbage and recycling into the proper receptacles, and please drive, bike, ride, or Uber home safe. Thank you, and have a great rest of your weekend.
Yeah, so in another where the two teams intersect again basically is the next game for Fridley. They're going to be playing Washburn, and St. Paul Central actually defeated Washburn 22-20.
So a great ending for the Tigers, not so much for St. Paul Central. Although they did step it up in the first half, it looked like the second half they kind of got worn down, but I think if Funches can maybe get a better connection with the rest of his receivers and some of his other players, they have a chance to turn this, continue their success in the season. I mean, it's early, they're still 3-1, still tied for second in the conference, so a tough game to swallow, but still hope for this team.
Yeah, their defense forced some turnovers, and they definitely had some plays working their way. They definitely need to get their quarterback play to step up a little bit, but you can see he has the tools there. He just needs to get those balls to flatten out a little bit and get those throws to be a little bit more on point. But you can see that they can score points, and the Tigers just look like a better team today.
All right, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. This is Jessica January and Don Ackerman.